Giving all praise and glory to the Most High Power, Abraham, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, for everything. Well, he's worthy to be praised for everything. As always, we start with Colossians 3:17. Whatsoever you do in word or deed, do all by Hashem Mashiach Yahushua. Give you thanks to the Most High and the Father by Hashem Mashiach Yahushua. So we give all glory and honor and thanks to the Most High Power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And everything that we say and do is going to be in the name of the Lord and Savior. So I want to look into health, and remedies according to the word of the Most High concerning it. Israel is sick. A lot of us dealing with infirmities and a lot of things that we can only depend on the Most High for our deliverance. 1 Corinthians 3:16 says, know ye not that ye are the temple of the Most High, and that the Spirit of the Most High dwelleth in you? So we're the temple of the Most High, and the Spirit of the Most High and of Mashiach Yahushua dwelleth in us. Or else you reprobates, as it says. If any man, verse 17, if any man defile the temple of the Most High, him shall the Most High destroy. For the temple of the Most High is holy, which temple ye are. See? We the temple of the Most High. The temple of the Most High is holy. If you defile the temple of the Most High, then you're going to be destroyed. So you got guidelines that we have to go by. So you wonder why a lot of things happen to us, because we have broken the guidelines that the Most High laid out for us as people. Sometimes He do things to chasten us to get our attention. So it's a shame that we don't recognize the things that we should. So we say, better is the poor being sound and strong, a constitution, than a rich man that's afflicted in his body. Health and good estate of body are above all gold, and a strong body above intimate wealth. There's no riches above a sound body, and no joy above the joy of the heart, the joy of your mind. Death is better than the bitter life, or continual sickness. For the corruptible body presses down the soul, and the earthly tabernacle weigheth down the mind that muses upon many things. So you sick, you can wear down your soul, wear you down. In this earthly tabernacle, which is the body that we have, it tear down your mind. And it make you sad upon many things. When you wonder why you can't really be up and at it as you was before you were sick, because of the affliction that you're dealing with. You know, people have diminished their bodies with drinking and too much drinking, alcoholics, to become alcoholics, don't realize it, don't understand it. Drugs, smoking. You're not supposed to smoke. You're supposed to smoke nothing into your body, bring nothing into your body. You know, excessive partying, all this stuff. You're gonna pay for it one day or another. Reveling, lust, fornication, eating bad foods, unclean foods. But we got to prove our soul in this life and see what is evil for it. See what's evil for your body. And give not into it. Or give not that into it. So you have to be very, very careful. And now that a lot of us have defiled our bodies, now you got to really look at how to clean them up. Esau is just going to give you something just to pacify you, just to make sure they can keep on making money. That's where the system is. Anytime they can't cure a common cold. See, and that's kind of like where we have been programmed by our oppressor and the way he have set up everything for your mind to think. So a lot of our people, they're gonna go down the drain because they trust in his witchcraft medicine. Look at Wisdom of Solomon 2-in-1. I mean, you have some herbs with the medicine, but it don't cure anything. It just, look at the side effects. I mean, come on. I could read some side effects to you. You'd be like, why I want to take this? Boys and Men have a commercial. And they stand behind the pharmacist, and the ladies in line look at it. They start singing the side effects. You say, oh no, she just walk away. I mean, they telling you. It says, I know they don't like that. But it is what it is. Go to Wisdom of Solomon, the 2nd chapter in the Apocrypha. And we're going to start at verse 1. For all the experiment that was done on our bodies, especially you women, especially to get all the gynecology ways that they have, they experimented with you. So one of the richest doctors, I don't even care to say his name, Edomite, put you in the backyard and split you open, so y'all can endure pain. That's a known fact. You had no say-so. All the things that they inflicted on you, but this is, let's see what the Wisdom of Solomon, the 2nd chapter, how the unrighteous think. Wisdom of Solomon 2-in-1, it says, for the unrighteous said, reasoning with themselves, but not aright. They ain't thinking right. Our life is short and tedious, and in the death of a man there is no remedy. Neither was there any man known to have returned from the grave. So that's what you know right there. They don't believe in the Mashiach Yahushua who rose from the dead on the 3rd day. For we are born at all adventure, see? And we shall be hereafter as though we had never been. For the breath in our nostrils is as smoke, and a little spark in the moving of our heart, which being extinguished when they die, our body shall be turned into ashes, and our spirit shall vanish as the soft air. So they don't know the Bible. They don't know what happens to all these things whenever we die and so forth. And our name shall be forgotten in time, and no man shall have our works in remembrance. And our life shall pass away as the trace of a cloud, just vanish, and shall be dispersed as a mist that is driven away with the beams of the sun, and overcome with the heat thereof. See, so these are the things that they know. And this is really something to behold, because we as a people, we have to look at how much we can get close to the Most High in these last days, in these trying times, before it's too late. For to be carnally minded is death. Is death. But to be spiritually minded is life and peace. So I call heaven and earth to record this day against you, that I have set before you life and death, blessing and cursing. Therefore choose life, that both thou and thy seed may live. So that's the choice we have, life or death. And that death is that a death that you don't want to be thrown in the lake of fire. But these are written that ye might believe that Mashiach Yahushua is a Mashiach, the Son of the Most High, and that believing ye might have life through his name. Bahasham Mashiach Yahushua. Let's look at how we gotta change from this negative vibration to a positive vibration, because it all ends and starts. It starts and ends, I might say, with the spirit. So the thoughts that you have will allow to occupy our minds. What you put into your spirit, you allow to occupy your mind. Negative thoughts, such as sorrow. Negative thoughts, such as being angry all the time. Negative thoughts, being jealous. Negative thoughts, not loving yourself. Negative thoughts, worrying. That'll destroy you. And you can look at it however you want to, but Most High have something for you, and you go against what he have for you, behind the way you think. Because you're thinking wrong, therefore you're going to speak wrong, then you're going to act wrong. And in the end, you're going to suffer for it. And that's what we're trying to avoid, so that you don't have to suffer as much. Because some could be just from the Most High, we got to deal with it. But some you can cause yourself. Look at James 3 and 14. James, the 3rd chapter, 14th verse. But if any have bitter envying and strife in your hearts, glory not, and lie not against the truth. It says, this wisdom descended not from above, but is earthly. It's earthly, sensual, devilish. So you got the devil in you. You got bitter envying and strife in your hearts. Say, glory not. Say, don't lie on the truth. Don't lie on the truth. Mashiach Yahushua was nothing like that. See, this wisdom descended not from above. It ain't come from the Most High. But it's earthly, sensual, devilish. For where envying and strife is, there is confusion in every evil work. See? So you envying someone, you have a meanness about you that you always arguing with someone, that's confusion. That brings forth confusion in every evil work, it says. But the wisdom that is from above is first pure, then peaceable, gentle, easy to be entreated, easy to get along with, full of mercy and good fruits. Without partiality, you ain't, treating somebody better than the other person because or whatever it is you feel about them, you know, you dealing with a family or a group of everybody, you can't be no partiality. And without hypocrisy, you're saying one thing but you're doing something different. When you say something you can't hold, your word is not good. That's hypocrisy. When you say you're going to do this, you don't do it, you do something contrary to that, then you're a hypocrite. And the fruit of righteousness is sown in peace of them that make peace. You can't be negative and make peace. You got to be positive. Have a positive spirit. And this can work for you. Positive, righteous thoughts will heal the body. Look at Proverbs 23 and 7. Proverbs 23 and 7. You have positive, righteous thoughts. And that's how you get that through when you read the Bible. The Bible is life. It's full of life. Proverbs 23 and 7. For as he thinketh in his heart, that's your mind, so is he. See? For as he thinketh in his heart, or your mind, so is he. Eat and drink, said he to thee, but his heart is not with thee. So he goes something to eat, he goes something to drink, but his mind is not with you. That's why you got to look at this. Psalms 12 and 2. For what it is to make your mind be right so that Psalms 12 and 2. They speak vanity, every one with his neighbor. With flattering lips and with a double heart do they speak. You know what how they, I mean, they speak one way, but they really not the way they speak. That's a hypocrite. See? They speak things that doesn't even matter to their neighbor. Worthless thoughts, worthless words. And with flattering lips, make it sound all like it's really, they really saying something. With a double heart do they speak. See? That's a double-minded man or woman. Meaning you're a flip-flop. You ain't hot or you ain't cold. You lukewarm. Double-minded, you lukewarm. My secretary says they're going to screw you out of his mouth. You lukewarm. Cannot be that such. Proverbs 17 and 22. Proverbs 17 and 22. A merry heart doeth good like a medicine. See that? A merry heart doeth good like a medicine, but a broken spirit drieth the bones. See? A merry heart, when you be happy and positive, it doeth good. Like a medicine. See? True medicine, herbs and stuff. I ain't talking about those medicines you have all these side effects that you can name from now until the end of the lesson. Then at the end you say, etc., etc. But a broken spirit, but a broken spirit drieth the bones. See, when you just down and out on yourself, you just can't really control your emotions. So we gotta have faith. We gotta fast. We have to pray, fast. Look at Ecclesiasticus. I'm gonna give you Ecclesiasticus, the 30th chapter, And we're going to look at verse 21. Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha, 30th chapter, verse 21. It says, give not over thy mind to heaviness. So you can't be all the time thinking about negative thoughts. Woe is me, woe is me, woe is me. You can't be that way. Give not over thy mind to heaviness, and afflict not thyself in thine own counsel. So don't afflict yourself in the way you think. And that's what it's saying, in the way you think. I feel this way, I feel that way, and it's negative. Listen, you gotta hear this. Give not over thy mind to heaviness, and afflict not thyself, that's yourself, in your own counsel. Don't afflict yourself in the way you think, how you feel. The gladness of the heart is the life of man, and the joyfulness of a man prolongeth his days. So when a man is joyful, it helps him live longer. So the gladness of the heart is the life of man. Gladness of the mind. He feels good about living day to day. And the joyfulness of a man prolongeth his days. So you gotta have some kind of joy in your life, or it's gonna shorten your days. It's a love thine own soul. Your soul is your body. Love your body. And comfort thy heart. Comfort your mind. Remove sorrow far from thee. So you gotta remove sorrow from thee. But you gotta find something. That's the main thing you need to find, is the word of the Most High. This is the healing medicine. The word of the Most High. Remove sorrow far from thee, for sorrow have killed many. Hear that? Sorrow have killed many. So if you ain't happy, you don't know how to be up and happy and joyful, then your spirit gonna allow you to be sorrowful. And many have died from being sorrowful, it says. So that's why it says, remove sorrow far from thee, for sorrow have killed many, and there is no profit therein. It's envy and wrath shorten the life. That's negative. Envying somebody and always looking to get somebody. That's shorten the life. And carefulness bringeth age before the time. You technical, you gotta make sure that everything is this way, that way, to bring age before the time. A cheerful and good heart, which is a mind, cheerful and good mind will have a care of his meat and diet. You got a cheerful and good mind will have a care of his diet, meat and diet, what you eat. Make sure that you're not overindulging so that you will be sick. When you have positivity around, it can help to heal you. Even if you're feeling bad. I mean, many times you can tell me when I'm just out of it. I've learned to just deal with it and keep it moving, so that it's not known. Though I'm in pain, but I'm in the Word. I know the Word is healing. But I know I'm still in pain, but I'm still in the Word, and I know that with the Word you don't feel as you would without it. Hallelujah to the Most High. About showing myself the other side. Positive words have power to heal. Look at Proverbs 4:20. Just a little something I want to, bring about a little bit, is touch on something, because we're in bad shape, people. And there's a diabolical plan to make you not get better, but be worse than ever. We only have the Most High, while Mashiach Elohim to depend on for our healing. Proverbs 4:20. My son, attend to my words. Incline thine ear unto my sayings. Let them not depart from thine eyes. Keep them in the midst of thine heart. See, as I just said. In the spirit, Most High speaking. His words are healing. He is the healer. You gotta look at it. You don't have no choice but to depend on him. Or you're depending on yourself. Or you're depending on the doctor. And you look at your doctor, is he an Israelite? Do he know the law, statutes, commandments of the Most High? Is he going to make sure that he tell you the right diet? Because that should be first thing come out of his mouth concerning changing your diet, or else you better look into another doctor, because if you eating the wrong things and doing the wrong things, then he's not telling you right. I'm telling you that. Real. Look at Deuteronomy 32, talking to we the Israelites, in 39. It's the Most High. He says, see now. Deuteronomy 32 and 39, it says, see now that I, even I am he. There is no power with me. I kill and I make alive. It's our power. I wound and I heal. You hear that? So you're going to do it yourself? Oh, the doctor going to do it, huh? He going to give you something that's going to heal you. He's give you something to pacify the condition. That's it. He give you something to make your mind think that it's you healed. And you still have the same problem. Because the Most High said, I heal. That's who I'm going to trust in. The word of the Most High. What did he say? He said, I heal. He said, I wound. See, I'm the one that wounds you. And I heal. He's the one that's going to heal us. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. That's what he said. That's from the Most High. Psalms 102:27. You got to trust in him. But you can't trust him unless you are in this word. His word, the word is life. And it has power. Psalms 102:27. But thou art the same, and thy years shall have no end. We're the same, and our years shall have no end. We're supposed to live forever, people. We're supposed to live forever. That's why I say get Proverbs 3:1. Proverbs 3:1. My son, forget not my law, but let thine heart, which is your mind, keep my commandments. For length of days, hear this? For length of days, and long life, and peace shall they add to thee. See? That's what the Most High is telling us. He said, but we can't forget the law. But we got to keep his commandments. You have length of days and long life and peace shall they add to you. You won't falter at all. Told us, look at Isaiah 33:6. Isaiah 33:6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of the Most High is his treasure. You know? So wisdom and knowledge, wisdom is what? The proper application of how you apply knowledge. shall be the stability of thy times, in length and strength of salvation. So you can have a length of days beyond imagination. The fear of the Most High is his treasure. To be afraid of the Most High is his treasure. He loves that. That's like, a treasure is something that you really fond of. We the apple of the Most High's eye. But this wisdom and knowledge that we have, where you get it from? You have to get it from knowing this word of the Most High, through the Spirit of the Most High. That's the only way. See, Proverbs 12 and 8. See, a lot of things that you look at in the word is contrary to the way the world is, especially this world that we're in now. Proverbs 12 and 8. It says, a man shall be commended according to his wisdom, but he that is of a perverse heart or mind shall be despised. See? So a man supposed to be commended according to his wisdom. It don't say about what he have or what this world says is righteous, or how the Most High is working with him because of him being rich in this world. Because Mashiach Rashad says it's hard for a rich man to enter the kingdom as a camel to go through an eye of a needle. And that's a little harsh way in Israel, where a camel would want to get down to put his hump through. It's no easy task. See? We have to always look to fulfill the things that the Most High have for us. It might not necessarily be what we would have a desire to have for ourselves. Go back to Proverbs 4 and 20. It says, my son, attend to my words. Meaning be in this Bible. Precept upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line, line upon line, here a little and there a little. My son, attend to my words. Incline thine ear unto my sayings. Let them not depart from thine eyes. So this is not hearing, this is your eyes, is you seeing these words. That's why he said, let them not depart from thine eyes. Keep them in the midst of thine heart. Keep them in the midst of your mind. For they are life unto those that find them. Hear that? For they are life unto those that find them, and health to all their flesh. Nobody can tell me that what he's saying here is not true. I know. Especially when he says, they are health to all their flesh. Oh yes. This is real. That's why once Joshua and Caleb brought us out of the wilderness, the children of those adults that the Most High killed, and Joshua and Caleb, the only adults that came out, Joshua 1 and 8. He said this. Joshua 1 and 8. This book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth. Hear that? This book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night, that thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein, that we may be able to do the laws of the Most High, his rules and regulations that he gave us. For then, when you allow the law of the Most High to come out of your mouth, You meditate on what pleases the Most High and what does not please the Most High, so you know what's right from wrong, according to the Most High. It says, for then thou shalt make thy way prosperous, and then thou shalt have good success. See? And we want to have this prosperous of feeling good about being healed. A way that we don't feel pain, a way that we don't suffer, the way that we don't have diseases and so forth, and have good success. Be fortunate in the Most High healing us, taking away whatever it is, the infirmity that He has us under. Remember, He wounds and He heals. That's why you got to repent. You got to cry unto the Most High. You got to fast and you got to pray. Keep the laws of the Most High. Have faith in the Mashiach Yahushua and fear the Most High, which He just told you is His treasure. See, people say, you ain't got to be afraid of the Most High. God is all love. No. You better understand. You better recognize who you talk about when you even say His name. Some people don't even know what they're talking about when they say His name. Better recognize. I'll read this to you in Luke, the 12th chapter, in the 4th, 5th verse. Mark this in your Bible. Especially you as Christians that's been taught that. Because, I've taught people and they just bug out about when I say fear the Most High. And I say be afraid of the Most High. Because they don't really know Him. Anyone that say you don't have to be afraid of the Most High, you have to fear Him, you don't know the Most High. Let's see what the Mashiach Yahushua said. Luke 12 and 4. And I say unto you, my friends, be not afraid of them that kill the body. Don't be afraid of them that kill the body. The Most High don't give the spirit of fear. And after that, after He have killed the body, He have no more that they can do. After they kill the body, they have no more that they can do. Don't be afraid of them. But I will forewarn you, whom ye shall fear. So now He said in verse 4, and I said to you, my friends, be not afraid of them that kill the body. So now He's saying, so to be afraid doesn't mean this, but I will forewarn you whom ye shall fear. So fear don't mean to be afraid. I remember I asked brothers and sisters, what does fear mean? They gave me all kind of answers. So I asked a little child, what does fear mean? They said, to be afraid, be scared. All the adults was dumbfounded. It happened a few times. Just to show you how it goes over your head, because it's so simple. But I would ask him every time, what does to fear mean? People say to be afraid, to be scared. Here it is. That's what He's saying. He said, Luke 12 and 4 and 5. And I say unto you, my friends, be not afraid of them that kill the body, and after that have no more that they can do. They trying to kill our body. That's for sure. You better read some of the side effects of your medications that you're taking. I mean, there's some side effects beyond your imagination. I mean, the things that it will do. You going to the doctor to be cured for something, they give you something that causes all kind of madness. Better recognize, better start reading. It says, Mashiach Yahushua said, I said to you, my friends, be not afraid of them that kill the body. After that, they have no more that they can do. I guess not, you dead. Ain't nothing else they can do. But I will forewarn you whom you shall fear. Meaning to be afraid of. Fear Him, which after he have killed, have power to cast into hell. Yeah, I said to you, fear Him. See, that's the Most High. And that's who He said to fear, people. Better recognize, this ain't no joke. This is serious as serious can be. Look at Proverbs 16 and 24. Proverbs 16 and 24. And you fear the Most High. It says, pleasant words are as in honeycomb, sweet to the soul and health to the bones. See? Pleasant words are as in honeycomb, sweet to the soul, sweet to the body, and health to the bones. Health to the bones. But you can't really turn away from the positive to become negative, or else you're going to get more and more and more into your affliction, into your infirmities. Because remember, the Most High, His eyes are 10,000 times brighter than the sun, beholding all the things that we do, and all the secret things, your thoughts, everything is already being recorded. So He knows. So we have to the best of our ability, do the best we can in trying to be positive, because just as He said, pleasant words are like honeycomb, it's sweet. Honeycomb is saying that honey is sweet in your mouth. Sweet to the soul, sweet to the body, and health to the bones. See? It also let you know how honey is used for a lot of things as far as health is concerned. But He said, there's a way that seemeth right unto a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death. See? You seem in your own mind or your own thinking that you're doing the right thing, but the end thereof is the way of death, and you can't back it up from what it is that the Most High have already laid it out. You see, He is, like it says, there's a way that seemeth right to a man, unto a man. The way you applying your own mind to do whatever you do, and to think the way you want to think, and to act the way you want to act. But the end thereof are the ways of death. He say, in the end are the ways of death. You shorten your own life. That's why you have to really look at this and pay attention. Look at 3 John 1 and 1. The third epistle of John 1 and 1. The elder of the well-beloved Caius, whom I love in the truth, in His laws, statutes, commandments of the Most High. Beloved, I wish above all things that thou mayest prosper and be in health, even as thy soul prospers. So that's really good news. He said, above all things, as you prosper, that you be in good health, even as you prosper. Like it says, He told you about a rich man with bad health. What good is that? You prosper, but your health is all messed up. What good is that? Not at all. We're going to look at how water has healing properties. Go to Ecclesiasticus 38 in the Apocrypha. Ecclesiasticus 38. And 5. It says, was not the water made sweet with wood, that the virtue thereof might be known? See? Go to Exodus 15:23. Exodus 15 and 23. So you got to look at, we didn't have all these different diseases that they have in this world today when we're on the land by ourselves. But here we are now, and some of the diseases that they say you have might not even be true. Could be all about making money. Exodus 15 and 23. And when they came to Marah, they could not drink of the waters of Marah, for they were bitter. Therefore the name of it was called Marah. And the people murmured against Moses, saying, what shall we drink? What shall we drink? And he cried unto the Most High. And they were about ready to stone Moses. So what we going to drink? You done brought us out of Egypt? We could have stayed in captivity under the Egyptians. At least we had water. Foolish Israelites. And he cried unto the Most High. The Most High showed him a tree, which when he had cast into the waters were made sweet. There he made for them a statute and an ordinance, and there he proved them. And said, if thou wilt diligently hearken, listen to the voice of the Most High your power, and will do that which is right in his sight, and will give ear to his commandments, and keep all his statutes, I will put none of these diseases upon thee, which I have brought upon the Egyptians. For I am the Most High that healeth thee. For I am the Most High that healeth thee. For I am the Most High that healeth thee. Not no man. The Most High heals. We have to trust in him. But he said, we don't keep the commandments of the Most High, you breaking his laws, he said he's going to put diseases on you. You can't come into this and then falter. It's going to get worse and worse. I'm telling you that mercy and grace is lifted up where you're going to see people catching all these diseases and so forth because they Most High done called them. And they done went off their own way thinking they going to do it their own way and nobody see me. That's why it says, Ecclesiasticus 3:24. Most High see you. And that's why he say he's going to bring these diseases on you. Because of faltering from his laws, statutes, and commandments. Ecclesiasticus 3:24. For many are deceived by their own vain opinion, and an evil suspicion has overthrown their judgment. Oh, I could do this and nobody see me. Without eyes thou shalt want light. Profess not the knowledge thereof that thou hast not. See, you think you can still think that, a lot of people still, whatever they came out of, they still feel like they still can roll however they was in whatever they was in. No, it's different now. It's an altogether different ball game. When you've been introduced to this truth and you step outside your realm and you deal with certain things that you know that's wrong, according to the law, statutes, commandments of the Most High, and think he don't see you, and the angels is around us all the time, then he says, and the evil suspicion is overthrowing your judgment. You let Satan come in and have you do something wrong, and he can report to the Most High. See what they did? See what he did? See what she did? And Most High bring these diseases upon us. He said it is. He said he's. He said it. Look at verse 26. He said, a stubborn heart, a stubborn mind shall fare evil at the last, and he that loveth danger shall perish therein. See? That's why you got to look at being humble before the Most High, humble before his servants before it's too late. Know what he says. Verse 28, in the punishment of the proud there is no remedy, for the plan of wickedness hath taken root in him. See? Ain't no remedy for the punishment of the proud. Because the plant of wickedness have taken root in him. That's why it's all about change, people. It's all about becoming that new creature, being born again with the Spirit of the Most High. Before it's too late. Before it's too late. John 5 and 4. St. John 5 and 4. Well, go to St. John 5 and 1. St. John 5, the 5th chapter. So it says, after this, there was a feast of the Jews, Israelites. And Amashek Abishai went up to Jerusalem. Now there is at Jerusalem by the sheep market a pool, which is called in the Hebrew tongue Bethesda, having 5 porches. And these lay a great multitude of impotent folks, of blind, halt, withered, waiting for the moving of the water, waiting for the water to move. So a lot of impotent folk, blind, people that's paralyzed, withered, waiting for the moving of the water. They there. But this was during a feast of the Jews. They don't name what feast at this time is. But we know that it had to be one of the feast days. So verse 4. For an angel went down at a certain season into the pool. It's a pool of water. And troubled the water. The moving of the water. So the angel came down and moved the water. Whosoever then first, after the troubling of the water, after the moving of the water, the first person after the moving of the water stepped in, was made whole of whatsoever disease he had. Man, it's marvelous. So if you had any kind of disease, when the angel came down to move the water, and you got in the water, you were healed. And a certain man was there, which had an infirmity 38 years. He had a certain man was there, had an infirmity for